This is part 2 of my mini course on paid newsletters. We started off talking about what these things are. These are basically subscription-based opportunities that you create. You create amazing content for your audience. You deliver that content to them via email, and they pay you on a monthly basis, right? How does that work? Let's dig in. There is so much profit potential in paid newsletters. It is redunculous. If you're somebody like myself and you follow digital marketing and trends, creating a paid newsletter is one of the top digital marketing trends right now. That's why this is one of my top trending topics to talk about. I actually have a list of 10 of them inside of the paid newsletters program, but for here right now, the first one is this one. In the last, I would say 3 to 10 years, a lot of entrepreneurs have made a lot of money both through their paid newsletters and selling them. The Hustle newsletter in, I believe, 4 years was sold for $27 million, number one, which is great. Industry Dive was purchased for $525 million in 10 years. That is crazy. Baby, they always say that your list is your biggest asset. So if you can build a list and monetize it via paid newsletters, not only can that potentially bring you in revenue, but if you sell it, that's another story for you, okay? Another story for another day. We ain't gonna talk about that today. As part 2, I'm sitting on my porch, by the way. This is a quick pop-up on my porch, so you're gonna hear the birds, you're gonna hear the cars, you're gonna hear life. During the sun and the breeze, baby, this is my energy. This is my love language. This is what I'm able to do because I've learned how to generate revenue through selling digital products, through paid newsletters, through working at home online. What better way to actually inspire you to do this than to say, take a page out of my book and look, learn how to make this thing work for you. Benefits to creating a paid newsletter, that it's 100% virtual. So you don't have to do Uber, you don't have to do DoorDash, you don't have to get in your car. I know it's the gig economy and there are lots of different side hustles out there, but you don't have to do physical stuff. You can literally be in the comfort of your home, 100% virtual. I'm a service-based business owner, so if you sell services and you have to work with private clients or do coaching, you got to be up on your feet all day, back and forth with people, none of that, okay? You deliver the content to as many people who are paying you for the newsletter, and wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Other than them maybe saying, hey, where's my newsletter? If they didn't see it in their inbox and you go, check your spam folder. Like, that's about it. You know, it's minimal stress as far as having to do a lot of the manual things other people have to do to either make a side hustle work for them or bring in revenue, right? No physical products, no shipping, no one-on-one coaching, no private services that you're doing for hours and hours and back and forth, none of that. You basically set up an email newsletter and you figure out what you're going to sell them, send them on a monthly basis that they actually want to pay for. Hopefully you did your homework, because in the last video I said your homework is to go and look up Oprah Daily. Look it up. Maybe you even signed up for it, okay? Oprah Daily is a great example of a paid newsletter, and basically how Oprah has taken a lot of the amazing content her and her brand has established over the years and repurposed some old things, added in some new things to created this thing, right? Especially think about magazines, magazine subscriptions. They're still a thing, but with the digital world, a lot of old school things don't quite work as well as they used to. So Oprah is one of those entrepreneurs and brands, not even an entrepreneur, one of those mogul business owners who learned how to get ahead, right, of what's trending, what's happening, and to not become left out in the breed of my magazines that have closed because they're dead, to monetize their magazine and create and distribute that content in another way, right? Right now, there are 10 trends as far as digital marketing is concerned that you need to be aware of. If you sign up to the paid newsletter project, One of the things I will tell you is all the 10 trends, but creating a paid newsletter is definitely one of them. And if you've heard other people beyond myself tell you that, you already know that. Okay, so it's virtual, it's low cost, it's definitely scalable because you can sit and send out an email to one person, 10 people, 1,000 people, 1,000,000 people. It doesn't change. It is a scalable opportunity, okay? It's definitely an alternative, like I said, to selling services, to selling private coaching, to selling products, even trying to do make like an expensive membership program, right? Where you're spending hundreds of dollars a month to use a platform either you can't afford to use without a tech team, or you don't know how to use because you're paying for it, but you don't use it because you don't know how to do all the techie, complicated things, right? And we want to avoid the costly, complicated things. You can use any email subscription program, to be honest with you, and send a specific group on that ESP, that email service provider, send a unique group stuff as long as they pay you for access to that stuff, right? And there are email service providers that actually do have paid newsletters as a service. The one that I use is ConvertKit, okay? I'm jumping the gun. I'm already telling you what you can use. You can create a paid newsletter through ConvertKit if you want me to help you set it up over the course of 6 weeks. That's why I have the paid newsletter program. If you want to try out ConvertKit through me, okay, so you can try it out for free. You can set up a paid newsletter, especially for your group. You just got to figure out what you're going to put on it. I have something called the 5 I's. 5 I's as far as how you can turn ideas into income when it comes to paid newsletters. Two of them, well, one of them I already shared with you. I said creating an informative newsletter like Oprah with content that people would love, right? She just did one, and this was so good, like 50 things to do before you're 50. And I'm like, I'm 44. Well, no, I'm about to be 44 in a couple of days. And I was like, ooh, this is a good one, right? And then you can get a journal and you can get all these other things. But it's informative, it's valuable. There's a reason why people pay for it. Informative, number one. Insightful, number two. People don't just pay for information from anybody. They pay for insight from people who are very much knowledgeable on a particular topic. There are 3 core desires: health, wealth, and relationship. So let me know which of those is your core area of expertise. Mine is wealth. I talk about as SistaSense how to make sense of making money online. Which of those 3 is your core? Health, wealth, or relationships? People will pay for your insight. So for example, in the wealth category, there's a young lady who's a couponer. Any couponers in the building? Love couponing, right? And people pay her. She's got hundreds of people paying her for her newsletter. Why? Because she gives them all the coupons as soon as they come out before anybody knows them. Any crazy couponer is going to pay for that. They want to know where to go and get what they want before anybody gets them. Okay? Insightful, number 2. There are, again, 5 of these. I want you to be able to think about, can you create an insightful newsletter where maybe you're good at health and wellness. Maybe you are good at stocks, finances. You're good at something where either people are willing to pay for your insight because you got a unique way of looking at things, or they're willing to pay for the information because you're curating it, you're putting together. They don't have to do the research. You cut the time, you make it convenient, you give it to them on a monthly basis, okay? Insight or information. There's 3 more, but we'll talk about that in the 6-week program. I'm giving you a little bit of homework today. I want you to think about how it works. Are you realistically in a place where you feel like you could work on sending out on a month-by-month basis emails with valuable content to people, whether it be your insight, your information, a combination of those 2, or a few others that I can share with you. When it comes to this also, I know there are going to be some questions like, what if I don't have content? What if I don't have enough to distribute on a month-by-month basis? I got you, because I'm going to answer those questions too, okay? But we'll do that next. Number 1, ask me questions now. Think about how this works and if it can potentially work for you. In addition to this mini course, I also have a free Create Your Own Newsletter Challenge, as well as a 1-day webinar workshop and a 6-week program. So we not only talk the talk, but we walk the walk, and I can show you how to put your newsletter together in 6 weeks, either for $0 for free or under $100. That's it for this one. On to the next one.